is Tylor Blue. I will be hosting Tyler's View, which is my very own show that will air here on channel 34 or 35 if you have files. On my show, I will give you the weather, community current events, I will discuss careers and visit career choices. I will also have special guests. You never know when it will be you. Stay tuned, I'll be back soon. But before I go, here's my first Did You Know? Did you know that I am 6 years old and I am an author? The title of my book is A Rainy Day. I'll give you more details when I come back. Gather all your family and friends around the TV when I get back so we can all have some fun together. Until next time, bye-bye. Today I'm at the Irvington Local Fire Department. Today we will see Deputy Director John Brown. Come with me.
Hey, Mr. Blue.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm good.
It's good to see you. What brings you here today, Mr. Blue?
Today I am making a TV show, and my mom wanted me to make it at the local fire department in Irvington. So here we are.
All right. You have any questions for me?
Yes. One question is, what is your job responsibility as the director of the fire department?
Well, that's a very good question. Well, some of my functions as Deputy Director of Public Safety is I oversee both the police and fire department, but basically and mainly I oversee the function of the fire division. We have multiple agencies within the fire division. Some will be our fire prevention bureau and our arson bureau. Do you know what that is?
No.
Let me take you on a tour and show you some things that we do. First, I'd like to introduce you to Mrs. Linda Vanderpree. She helps me with paperwork and clerical things and a whole host of things. She makes my job very easy.
Mr. Blue, nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too.
It's a pleasure to meet such a young author. I understand that you have a published book and people can purchase it on Amazon. Is that correct?
Yes.
And that you want to be a doctor one day.
Yes.
I see that happening for you. You're starting off at a really great rate. I see that. Good job, Dr. Blue.
Thank you.
You're
right.
welcome.
This is Lieutenant Cruz. He's in charge of our arson.
What's up, buddy? How you doing, man?
I'm good.
Pleased to meet you. What's your name?
My name is Tylor.
Tyree?
Tyler.
Tyler, my man.
Also,
What?
let me introduce you to Lieutenant McCoy.
Good afternoon.
He's in charge of the
How are you?
fire prevention bureau.
Tyler?
Yes.
Okay. Don't be so shy. Because around here we're not shy. Okay?
He's the guy that makes sure that the homes are safe and protected and the businesses. Now, him, Lieutenant Cruz, you see he has a little thing here. He makes sure and goes out and investigate fires to make sure that the fires was not set intentionally, all right, and give you a cause and origins to say, you know, maybe it was an electrical fire or it was an accidental fire. But if it was set intentionally, he has the power to arrest them. This is also Lieutenant Outerbridge.
How you doing?
He helps with a whole host of things.
What's your name?
Tyler.
Tyler, my pleasure, Tyler. Nice to meet you. Heard a lot of good things about you.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work, okay?
Okay.
All right.
All right, so now let me take you down here so you can meet our fire chief. This is the fire chief, Antonio
How
Gary.
you doing, young man? What's your
And
name?
this is Lieutenant.
What's your name?
My name is Tyler.
Say that one more time.
Tyler.
Tyler, okay.
Tyler Blue. He's
Tyler
also
Blue.
an author.
Oh,
And
really?
he wants to be a doctor.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Very inspired.
Doctor.
Orthopedic doctor?
Oh, so you want to work with bones?
Before that, I wanted to be a police. So
Okay.
I think about fire person, but then I didn't think fire or police because I thought both of those were too dangerous. Fire is dangerous and guns are dangerous. So I just thought a doctor would be perfect and safe.
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds
Sounds
like-
like a young man with a plan. I like the tea that you have in your head.
Thank you.
Welcome to my office. You know, in fact, why don't you do this? Why don't you go sit in my chair?
One question I have is, what is your job responsibility as chief of the fire department?
Wow. as chief of the fire department, that's a big question. So ultimately, as you know, let me tell you about the fire department. If you turn around, right, and you see that the picture up there with all the shields. So if you look at the orange one, that's the first shield. So a shield is important. That's what goes on a helmet, and that lets everybody around know what your capabilities are, or it identifies that you just became a firefighter. So you have to wear that for a year. All right. After you finish your probation, then you become a firefighter, and that's what the black one is. All right. So that number 170 is a special number that's usually given to you. Like for instance, your name is Blue. Blue stays with you for your entire life unless you change it. This you can't change. It stays with you your entire career. Then you become a lieutenant. That's an officer. Like he's a supervisor. He tells people what to do. And then there's another officer, which is captain. He tells people what to do with a little bit more responsibility. So he has a little bit more power than that person. And then you have a deputy chief.
Which is you.
No, I'm the chief. There's only one chief in the fire department. All of these positions, you could have more than one person, but you have a deputy chief who's responsible for the different shifts that we have. We cut people out of cars. If they have a car accident, we call that extrication, but we cut them out of cars. We also do elevator emergencies where people get stuck in elevators, so we rescue them. Obviously, we put out fires. You know, a lot of people see this on TV. We even rescue cats and animals out of trees.
Yeah, I saw that before
Yes.
on 911.
So it's a lot of responsibility. You know, I'm responsible for the size of the department here right now is 105.
Do you have a fire dog?
Well, you know, that's a very good question. You know, do you have a pet? All right,
Well, I used to.
You used to have a dog?
No, I used to have a pet fish, but it died.
Okay. But even with your pet fish, it took a lot of time to take care of the fish. You had to change the water, you had to feed them.
I had to feed them, but I didn't have to change the water.
Okay, but if you fully took care of the fish, you have to change the water. So my point is that if you have a dog, it takes a lot of responsibility to take care of the dog properly. So no, we don't have a dog for the firehouse here.
I would like a tour. Do you buy lunch or do you bring lunch with you?
That's a good question as well. Normally when you talk about the fire department is known for being able to cook. So because the people that are working today are here until tomorrow, they're here all day, they like to cook. Lunchtime typically they go out and buy lunch, but there are times when they cook lunch. But dinner typically is usually cooked. All right, and the meals are exceptional. You know, I think you would enjoy it. You know what? You should come by one day for dinner. We could make that happen.
Yeah, I can
You know?
actually do that today.
This is Deputy Chief Michael Thomas.
Hi,
All right.
what's your name?
This is
My name
Mr.
is
Blue. He's a
Tylor.
fire cadet.
Oh, very nice to meet you.
All right. So, you know, he had a couple questions about what you do,
Okay.
and then we're going to give him a tour of the firehouse so he can see what the apparatus look like, and also the sleeper quarters and things of that sort.
Okay.
I used to have a fire hat.
You used to have a fire hat? Okay. What
Did-
happened to it?
Well, I just lost it.
Yeah. I think we have one.
Yeah, we'll probably find a fire hat and give it to you for sure. All right. But before we leave Deputy Chief Thomas, is there something you want to ask him?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and ask him.
What is your job
Well, my-
responsibility as
Deputy Chief.
deputy chief of the fire department?
Okay, as Deputy Chief of the Fire Department, I am a shift commander. So today the 1st Platoon is working, and I am the commander of the 1st Platoon. I'm responsible for 3 firehouses. The one here at Civic Square, Grove Street Firehouse, and Coit Street Firehouse. Okay, so if we get a fire, I go to the scene, and I direct the men and the tactics, and then we put out the fire. I also am in charge of the administration part of the shift, taking care of the vacation time and any type of administrative duties that come along during the day that any of the firemen or officers have. Okay, I also answer to the chief and assist him with anything that he needs to be assisted with.
Thank you, Chief.
Okay,
We're going to take a
you're
little tour outside, look at the fire apparatus. Lieutenant, how are you doing, sir?
Good, Chief. Thank you for
All
that
right.
report.
So, if you look on the wall here, see these are all old pictures of members that used to work here, and it shows old fire engines and stuff. Like if you look at this is a steam engine fire. All right, it's real old. So this is just some memorabilia and some history of Irvington Fire Department. If you go back, like when it first came into existence. Right, like look at this, 1893. Irvington's first extinguisher. All right, that's a long time ago.
That was the first fire.
Well, for Irvington, for where we are. And you look at all these different things, these are very old fire apparatus. Let me show you the picture right there. Do you know who that person is right there on the wall?
Mayor Tony Boss.
Exactly, that's our mayor, that's my boss, my big boss. All right? This will be interesting you know that. But,
Yeah.
so.
He's the one that told me I could have a TV show.
Oh, great, great. You know, I gotta watch your TV show. So, do you know what this is? Go ahead, I'm listening.
It's the pole.
The pole, and what's the pole used for?
It's used so you can get down there faster.
Okay, so upstairs, that's where the firefighters, when they're not doing anything, that's where they stay. That's where their kitchen is at, that's where they sleep. So if there was a call, all right, if a call were to happen, instead of coming down the stairs, they all go and they slide down the pole. All right? Just like Lieutenant just did. All right? This is where we park the fire trucks. All right? The trucks that we use as regular response vehicles, and also trucks that we use for fire emergencies. So this would be a fire engine. So here's a question. My truck is out right now. I know this looks like a truck to you, but there's a difference between a fire engine and a fire truck. What do you think they are, Tom?
Is that a fire? I think that a fire engine looks a little bit like a car, and a fire truck looks like that.
Okay. So that's close. I'll give you that. So a fire engine, which is what this is, which is what that is as well, is smaller. So if you look at the size of it, it's a little shorter than a truck. And a fire engine is what brings water to the fire. So this carries water. So in order for me to put a fire on, I need water. And this carries 500 gallons of water. Yes. So this responds to the fire scene. We take the hose, you know what the fire hose is, right? Okay. And
Water.
say that again?
Sprays water.
Sprays water, and that's what we use this for. All right, you want to sit in the driver's seat? Okay. Now what is this called again? A fire what?
Engine.
There you go. All right, giant step. I think your mom should take a picture of you up there. You heard the mom? Fire service, this is known as the engineer. So whoever the driver is the engineer, which means that that person is responsible for the entire fire engine. He or she has to know how to make it pump water. He or she has to know how to position the fire engine at a fire scene. Because if you go too close, you can melt lights and stuff and damage the truck. If you go too far, you run out of fire hose because we don't have unlimited fire hose. So this is a very important spot. All right, and we have a real involved training program so we can train our drivers or our engineers so that they don't get into accidents and things of that sort. And if you look at that board, I mean, this hasn't been updated, but we plan to update this at some point. It hasn't been updated since 1994, but that shows all the members at that time with the fire department. So this is where the firefighters are. This is their area. So this firehouse is older, but this is the kitchen. So this is where they cook. This is where all the table gossip and everything happens, and they eat as a unit. All right. So let's go this way.
Oh yeah, that's where they slide down.
That's where they slide down. All right. That's the pole. So this is where they eat, right? And this is what we call the bunk room. Well, they sleep here because they work all day. They work a 24-hour shift. So you can't sit and wait for 24 hours. And then you want your firefighters well rested so that they could do what they need to do and if a call comes in. All right? So we have all these beds.
What if one comes on in the middle of the night?
They have to wake up and respond.
What if they only had 1 hour of sleep?
That's just, you know, that's just the way it is. So this is a day room.
Ooh, snap.
This is where they sit, they watch TV, they have the union meetings, you know, all that stuff. So this is a day room. But again, Mr. Blue, this firehouse is old. So, you know, that's what you're looking at, okay? All right, so this is their locker room. This is where they get dressed. This is where they have...
First kitty.
First kitty. So we have 4 shifts. All right. So a kitty is a space that you store things in that you use all the time. So in here they have pots, they have knives, they have all type of things that they use. This particular shift uses on a daily basis when they're working. So you have 4 of them. 1, 2, 3. And I don't know where the other kitty is, but it's around here somewhere. Trust me. After a fire, you have to take a shower. Because, you know, in fires, you have all type of chemicals burning, and that stuff gets on your skin, so you definitely want to wash it off of you after each and every fire. In fact, after each shift, you want to take a shower before you go home, because you want to make sure you got anything off of you that you may have been exposed to. Mr. Blue, I hope you enjoyed your tour. I'm going to turn you over to Director Brown, and he's going to say his last final words to you. Director, Firefighter Blue.
Dr. Blue, thank you for coming. Hold on, we have something for you. Hold on 1 second. Hey, Miss Nellie, can you bring that gift over that we have for? So, how you enjoyed your tour?
I enjoyed it good.
Well, that's good. So, I want you to know, on behalf of the Public Safety Director, Tracy Bowers, the Honorable Mayor, Tony Voss, myself, and the Fire Chief, we hope that you enjoyed your tour, and we have something for you. This is Miss Nellie.
How are you? How you doing? I'm Nellie for Fire Prevention. I run the office. We have a little goodie bag for you. I hope you appreciate it. I gave you a little extra. Maybe you want to share it with your friends. Okay? And you can come back anytime. All right?
Okay.
Can I get a hug? God bless you, my love.
Hello again. As you just saw, I am at the Irvington Local Fire Department. I thank Chief Gary and Director Brown for their time to give me an interview and a tour of the local fire department in Irvington. I thank everybody for watching. Stay tuned. Bye-bye.
We'll be right back.